thank Adam and Dave, your colleague.
Dave, yes.
Yeah. For giving me the opportunity to come and speak to, you know, lads and lasses like yourself. I don't get the opportunity much, apart from in the environment of the gym, basically because just too busy with workload. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what I'm going to talk about, basically explain what I'm going to talk about today. Is anybody familiar with that term, first of all? No one? You are, yeah. Well, what's your name, bud?
Bradley.
Bradley. Nice to meet you, Bradley. I mean, good handshake. You've gone far with that. But in your perception, Bradley, what do you interpret that as? In your perception, health as well. You're not going to be shy. You're not just you've had the balls and the audacity to put yourself forward. What do you interpret that as? Which way do you visualise it?
Like if the healthier you become, and like fitness and wise, and especially in a particular type of sport, if you're good at it, it can create a lot of money for you.
So you think it's money orientated?
Yeah.
Do you really? So let's presume I had this room full of gold bars or silver bars or £50 notes to the ceiling. I don't know how much we're getting here. Probably IMF would close up on that one, right? If you had a room full of money and you had some debilitating disease, God forbid, or your mother or somebody you loved and cared about, would the room full of money be able to buy them health?
Depending on what disease is, I might be able to buy them like an operation.
Question? Good answer, sorry. Good answer. Very good answer. Very good answer. What we're going to do is we're going to come back to that. Yeah? We'll come back to that, but it was a good answer. What we're going to talk about today, incidentally, has anybody's got pen and paper? Who's got pen and paper? Put your hand up. Put your hand up, don't be shy. Yeah? So we're going to record on the... I've got no spare papers, that was it. When I said furnishing or something, maybe someone in there. Huh? 2 and a muttons? None. Good. That's good. Life experiences. I'm 52-year-old, yeah? I sometimes feel 92-year-old. Sometimes some mornings when I go, because unfortunately my gym's in Sunderland, and they're not into health and fitness in Sunderland. They're into pie, peas, chips, binge drinking, sunbeds, teenage pregnancy, and chlamydia. That's what we're that's what we're into in Sunderland, unfortunately. So there's not much demand for a gym. You know what? Has he? Has he? There's people who treat you for that. Basically, what I'm going to talk about today, the agenda I've got today, I'm going to talk about a little bit about this book it was a study by a master's graduate at Sunderland University, a Polish guy called Arthur Burkhardt, who did a study on the gym, the subject of the gym, myself and the members and the people who come into the gym. It's a pictorial book called Red. There's some philosophy in it and some great pictures about what I do at the gym. I'm a pro boxing coach amongst other things. There's an Italian pro boxer there that I coached and whatever. The book's pretty special to myself on a personal basis because it's a record of my life, or a record of some of my life. Some of the highs and lows. You might have been there yourselves at your tender age you're at the moment. I'm sure you've had highs and lows, you know. But what we'll do in the middle, we'll have a bit of a break in the middle, and you can come up and have a look at the book, you know. And there's all sorts of funny pictures in the book and little bits of stories and anecdotes and some really good photographs as well. Basically, you know, this photograph here where he's double exposed Alessandro, the Italian stallion here, kid from Milan who I trained for a good while. Hardest hitter that's been in the gym, in my opinion anyway. And but basically he did this as a study for his master's degree, and he's pretty stoked and dour like, as some Poles are, you know, just like dead piats, you know, that's happy. That's sad, you know. But so with the break we'll have a look through that. You can have a look through that if you're interested. I'm going to talk a little bit about the gym, Fit Body, Fit Mind. Has anybody heard of the gym, Fit Body, Fit Mind? Excellent. Excellent. Good. Excellent. I would have been surprised if you had, actually, like, because even the Mattons haven't heard of it, you know, so, and the street in the middle of the village, you know. I'm pretty loath to call it a city, like, because, for various reasons. I'm going to talk a little bit about motivation and inspiration, and what you know, again, which way you interpret that, or which way you visualise motivation, or what inspires you, what turns you on, you know, what's your hot button. The state of health and fitness in the North East in general, and touch on a little bit of what the Change for Life campaign. Has anybody heard of the Change for Life campaign? Put your hands up. Don't be shy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 or 5 heard of the Change for Life campaign. 75 million quid doing the training. No? I mean, it wasn't all doom and gloom, you know, but I personally think it was a good initiative, but you can only inspire people if they want to do it, you know what I mean? I'm going to talk a little bit about steroid abuse. Yeah? Anybody who may have come across it? It's pretty prevalent in the young today, you know. Probably a little bit with Diet Club tied in the state of, you know, the lifestyle in the North East. Some of what I've just touched on earlier on, you know, it's the highest rates for everything that's bad. Up here's the highest, you know. This country's the worst in Europe, and we're the highest in the country. So we're the worst in Europe. Oh no, it's something to be proud of, you know. It's ridiculous, you know. It's shocking, you know. I mean, I find it shocking, you know. I find it absolutely shocking. I don't want to get me high horse about it. It's basically everybody's individual responsibility to look after your health, you know. We'll return back to this. And then last but not least, I presume you hear me. What do you want to do when you leave from here? And you got, what are you, 18, 19, 20? No, you don't know how old you are, do you?
19.
Huh?
19.
18, 19, yeah. Where do you see yourselves in 5 years' time? This young lady here.
I want to be a personal trainer.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Nice to meet you, Rebecca. What do you? I've done that as well. I've done that before I opened Fit Body Fit Mind. I did that for 8 years before I opened the gym, and that's a card there, the original card I had. This logo here is symbolic of boxing, you know, the Lonsdale or Everlast or Clito Rays, or it's obviously symbolic of boxing, Fit Body Fit Mind. And on the back of the card, success begins in the way you think, not in the way you work. You didn't get up in the morning and make your scrambled eggs and shave, shampoo, feed the cat, drive to work and everything. It starts with a plan. It starts with a plan in your head. Even no matter how mediocre the plan is, or how basic the plan is, it's a plan of sorts. It's still a plan. When Adam and Dave, I forget my name already. Ash. And Ash, right, start the lectures, they've got a plan. You've got to take all this bollocks here, you know, put a bit of work into stuff. I can stand up here and talk, but I need bullet points to highlight what I need to explain about if it's relevant to what we're going to discuss in a bit. So success begins in the way you think. You need a plan. You always need a theory guiding a practice. Yeah, that's whether you're studying a degree, an O level, as they call them, GCSEs or something they call them now. Is that what it is? Yeah. Or bananas, or whatever it's called now. So it doesn't start in the way you work. It begins with the thought, the way you think, the way you cognize something, the way you recognize something. Yeah. Whether it's the team playing a tactical game or whatever. You're looking at Barcelona, the way they slaughtered that team the other night, you know, Man U and stuff. You know, it starts with a plan. You didn't just get Messi and Iniesta and all that. Yeah, let's just kick the ball about and just do what you want. Some of them will do that, but you need a structure. You need a structured plan. So success, whatever you're going to do, personal training. Rebecca?
Yeah.
Yeah. Success begins in the way you think, not in the way you work. You may think that's a contradiction, but it does all start with the thought. So you need to plan your work and work your plan, and then add in the inferences of motivation and inspiration and whatever turns you on, what inspires you, what your goals are. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And that's where it all starts. How do you see yourself fitting in as a personal trainer, Rebecca?
Well, I want to have my own classes and things, but I want to build up my own client base as well through doing the classes, and then not stay local, like go elsewhere where fitness is big and where people actually want to do it.
Yeah. Have you had anybody approach you as regards to train them, or quiz you about what you do, or what you could offer them, or what you could, do for them as regards to their health or their weight issues or their fitness issues or something specific, maybe the Great North Run or a footy team or whatever?
Most people say it, but they don't actually mean it. Like, they just say it and then don't actually come back.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Generally people are full of shit. They are, they're full of shit. And do you know who told us that? My solicitor. He's the same, more or less the same age as me. He's one of the top law firms in the northeast, you know, Michael Henderson. And he is it every day, you know. I'm innocent, I didn't stab him, you know. I didn't drop the 9-bar dope off for him, or whatever, you know. And he is it every day. They're full of shit. They're all innocent, you know. Some of them will be innocent, you know. Not everyone's guilty. There's some people who are. But generally, getting back to health and fitness, generally people are full of shit. What they say they do, and what they actually do, is diametrically opposed to opposite ends of the scale. Yeah? Have you heard of the term, there's prizes for triers? You know, you've got to be in the race to win it and stuff like that. You've got to be on the pitch to score the goal, you know, and whatever. It's true, you know. I've got a load of laminates here about positive attitude and stuff, you know, which I'll come on to later. I've got these all around the gym, you know. And at the end of the talk, however long it takes, you know, I've got a foolproof way, and I devised this myself, yeah, of finding out exactly how motivated and inspired or dedicated, or what type of discipline you've actually got. Because half of you in the room will be full of shit. You will. You might be more than that. I don't know. There might be more than that. But I've got a foolproof way of finding out. It's not copyrighted or patented yet, but I might do. I don't know if I find time in my itinerary, on my heavy schedule. I might just do that. And that's not being disparaging or disingenuous to any of you, anything like that, you know. But half of you will be full of shit at least. What you say you're going to do, what you say you're going to do, what you actually do, you've got to make it happen, you know. Have you heard of the phrase, those who can, it's pretty simplistic, those who can, do, yeah? Yeah. And those who can't, what do they do, the ones who can't?
What's that?
Hello. Those who can, do, yeah? Yeah? Those who can't, talk. Full of shit. I want a 6-pack. If it's a bird, I want my arse down here, and legs up here, tits out here. Yeah, and they're just full of shit. A lot of them is full of shit. But the people who come to the gym, anyone who knows me genuinely, and I've upset a lot of people with this, but I didn't open the gym to be a millionaire, because money doesn't inspire me. It doesn't inspire us. Oh, I could deal with a room full to pay the rent this month, because Wallace has been on and it's due. We've just got enough in the bank to pay it. You know, we've got to find $4 a month to pay the bills. And in some of them that's not easy, because they're not into health and fitness, as I said before, they're into pie, peas, chips, binge drinking, blue wicked and everything else. So money wasn't my motivation. By the same token, being a socialist and socialistic in the outlook was to help people. Well, you can only help people if they want to be helped. And I have to come up with as many anecdotal phrases and philosophy and whatever, you know, you lead the horse to water, you can't make a drink, and but suffice to say, you've got to want to do it yourself. It comes from within yourself. Yeah? So I've got a foolproof way at the end of the discussion to find out how many is actually dedicated and how many of us are full of shit, if any, or if all, or whatever, you know. Is there any questions on that so far? And that's what we're going to talk about. Any questions? No? Right. When I grew up, I was born in Sunderland. But incidentally, like, even though I'm a Toon supporter, but I didn't follow the team. I've had season tickets and stuff, but I follow the results now, you know, because again, it's a pretentious sport played by wankers. You know, and, as we've seen in the press, you know, from Ashley Cole to Ryan Giggs to whoever, you know, you can basically carte blanche to do what you want, you know. Drive through, speed cameras at 120, and if you've got a good solicitor, like Ozzy here, and cameraman, you'll get off for it. And you've got a bag full of cash, you'll get off for it. If you're Joe Soap, and, you know, you'll get done. So I follow that. So I was born in Sunderland, moved to Bolton Colliery, which is a pit village between Newcastle and Sunderland. Was a pit village until Maggie got her own way. And grew up in the colliery. Had my first business when I was 6, believe it or not. Like, this is not a pitch from The Apprentice or Dragon's Den. I had my first business when I was 6. I was selling sticks to coal-fired houses around the, sticks. You remember them, didn't you? They come from trees, do you remember them? Sticks. I was selling sticks with my little bogey going around the houses, knocking on doors, and I got ripped off by this woman who ordered us. I used to sell them for 6p a bundle, these sticks. My dad used to nick wood from the shipyards. Used to chop them up the backyard, I used to bundle it up with bale wire and take it around the cellar. And then a woman ripped us off, and I cried my eyes, I got sick of that. And got sick of that. Yeah. Went through a comprehensive school education, a boarding comprehensive, got about three O levels and 5 or 6 ASCs. Had no aspiration to go to college or university like yourselves. Had the ambition to do that, you know. I was quite academic at school, could have pushed myself further, but just had no interest in school really. Wanted to leave school and earn some money. That's what I wanted to do. The contradiction is how much money do you need, you know? How much money do you need? You know, there's only so many cars you can drive or holidays you can take or whatever. But job satisfaction is one of the main things. Getting some satisfaction. Get up in the morning and wanting to go to work. You know, you want to go to work. You cannot wait to get to work, you know, because of the people who you work with, the environment you're in, the type of job you do, the type of rewards that it gives or whatever. So when I first left school, got a motorbike and a chick on the back. That was great. That was good. Good motorbike. Not bad chick. That was canny. And then my dad wanted us to be an apprentice electrician. I got told where I was going to be, you know, which is not very democratic, you know. Being a communist that he was, like in a shipyard shop steward and everything, like, you're going to be an electrician. And like I was telling Adam and Dave earlier on there outside, blew myself up every day. Electrocute me nearly every day. Virtually, I can't remember a day went by without not electrocuting myself, which is not good if you're an electrician. So after 6 months of that, FD and the boss's head in, basically, is blowing stuff up and cutting through wrong wires and whatever. I went into an industry and a job that motivated us, that gave us some lift, some goal, you know, some zest and something to get up for. And it was in the garages in the motor trade. I went into panel beating, repairing accident damaged cars, and quite good at it because I'm good at metalwork and with my hands and stuff. And so I served my time as an apprentice panel beater. Came up my time worked for some of the big garages, mill garages, some of them you might not have heard of, you know, South Tyneside, autos and whatever, repairing top-end cars, Mercs and BMWs and stuff like that. When then, they were pretty prestigious then, you know, in the 70s and the 80s, if you had a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW, it was like, oh, wow, BMW. Now they're like arseholes, everybody's got a BMW. You know, everybody's got a BMW. You know? So, did that. Went through a big political transition in the early years, from about 16 to 19, 20 years old. I was in a party. Well, I was in the Young Socialists, which was basically a youth section of the Workers' Revolutionary Party. Doesn't exist now. MI5 infiltrated and pushed it from within, which is true. Like, you're not reading it in the sun, like I see it in the BBC, but that was true. So I went through all that for about 4 years, banging my head against the wall. When my mates were going up on the piss on the weekend, I was selling papers and going on rallies and met a lot of people, met a lot of influential people, met a lot of top bands at the time, like the Clash, the Stranglers, Sham, a lot of reggae bands and stuff like that, who were pretty sympathetic to the Jam, were pretty sympathetic to the working class cause, you know. And, but at the end, when I got about 2021, I just found myself despondent and disillusioned with it all, because you were like basically talking to a wall, a lot of apathy, a lot of indifference, just a lot of indignation, and a lot of just I'm going for a biscuit and a pint. You know, you're bashing your head again.